Hello everyone, welcome back to the series of tutorials on cybersecurity. I am Deepak Punyal and in this tutorial I am going to discuss about cut command in Linux. So if you have been following my lectures, you might be knowing that we are discussing Linux command since a long time. So it is very necessary skill for the ethical hackers and cybersecurity experts. So if you want to start your career in cybersecurity or ethical hacking, it is must for you to learn these commands or learn the basics of Linux, right? We are also covering Python side by side, and in future we are going to cover other programming languages like JavaScript and PHP. So knowledge of web is also required, right? So now at this moment, let's start with this cut command in Linux and learn what it is, right? So this cut command of Linux is used for cutting out the section from each line of a file and writing result to the standard output. So when we are saying that it is used for cutting out the section from each line of a file, that file could be a pipe data also. So it is not necessary that you are only reading the data from files. You can also use pipe data, and we are going to learn this thing in later part of this tutorial, that how can we use the pipe data. Clear? You can also go to the Linux terminal and write man cut to see the manual pages of this cut command, and here you are going to see that this command is used like this. Then there are some options, and then there is a file, right? You might be knowing that this dot dot means you can use this multiple time. Clear? So this is used to print selected part of a line from each file to the standard output, and when there is no file, it read standard input. So there are some mandatory arguments with it. Either you can cut the parts of a line by byte position, characters, or fields, and for these fields you need to use some delimiter. So it is necessary to specify an option, otherwise it's going to give an error. Also, it can be used to cut data from the file formats like CSV. So we'll talk about these options now and learn them practically, right? So there are three ways you can cut the portion of file depending on the byte position, character position, and finally based on the delimiter. Clear? So whenever you are specifying a byte position, you have to write -b and then provide some fields here. Similarly, for the character, you have to write -c and then some fields here. After that, whenever you are choosing option -d, you have to provide a delimiter here, and this is generally used with -f, which we are saying that it is a field. This specifies fields separated in the input by the field delimiter, right? And here you have to write a list. So here we have a list of byte positions, a list of character position, and list of field position. It could be separated by commas like this, or it could be a range like this. Clear? And similarly here in the -f. So let's learn about -b first. So here I am going to create a file first with names in it, and then I will write names in the format first name and last name, right? So let's go to the terminal first and create this file. I am using nano to create this file, names.txt. Here I can write like this. I will pick some another name. So these are names of my friends or my brothers. So let's start by cutting the section of these lines using byte position. So I am saving this file. So how can you cut using byte position? You have to use cut command, then use -b. This is must. If you don't use any of the option, it will give an error. And then you can specify some byte position separated by commas. So if I am doing this, this means we need first byte, second byte, and third byte. And after that we have to write file name. You can also use some ranges. And what is range? Like I want to pick or cut section of 1 to 3 byte, then I have to provide this hyphen in between. Clear? And if you want to provide another range, then you have to write like this. So you have to pick byte 1 to 3 and 7 to 9, and then file name. So in this case, if you have some tabs, or back spaces, they are also treated as of 1 byte. You have some other special things here, like you want to specify the section from first byte to the last byte. So what you have to do, you have to write it like this: cut hyphen b, then write 1 because we are starting with 1, then put hyphen here and then file name, right? So in this way you will extract full line of that file. You can also extract the bytes from first byte to the kth byte, right? So what you have to write for this, you have to write a command cut hyphen b and then hyphen and then k. So if it is 3, then you have to write 3 here and then file name. Clear? So now we will practice all these commands and learn how these works. So let's start. So just use cat command to see the names. Try to cut section of this file without using any option and see the output. And it is saying that you must specify a list of bytes, characters or fields. So it is mandatory to provide a byte, character or field. Or in short we can say that it is mandatory to supply an option. So we are providing hyphen b here, and then you can provide 1 2 3, which is first byte, second byte and third byte, and then file name names. And here you can see we have got first, second and third byte from each of these names. Clear? You can also provide these bytes in the ranges like 1 to 3 and then names, and you will get the same answer. You can also provide multiple ranges here, so 1 to 3, then provide a hyphen and then give 7 to 9 and then file name. And here you can see we have got 1 2 3 bytes and then 7th, 8th and 9th. You can check in first name. I will use cat command again to see the names. So you can see here these are 6 bytes, then 7th is space and we are getting 7 here, then 8th and 9th and so on in all other names. You can try with your names and see the output. After that we need to use another command cut hyphen b, and after that use 1 hyphen and names.txt, and here you are getting whole name. Clear? So it will start with first byte, so there will be full line and nothing will be cut out of it. Other than this you have to use hyphen b and then use hyphen first because we are starting with first byte and going till kth byte, and for that we can use 3 and then name of file, and here you can see it is starting with first byte and going up to third byte. Clear? So now we have seen how can we cut out the section from each line of a file using byte position. Now we will go to the another option and discuss that. So second one is using character position, and for that we use hyphen c option. Everything is similar, so you can write all these things again and replace hyphen b with hyphen c. Clear? So I will not write much about it because everything is same, but let's go to the terminal and see its output. Use cat command to see the names again. Now use cut command hyphen c, then 1 2 3 characters and names.txt. We are getting 1 2 3 characters. After that you can use ranges like we used in hyphen b option, then comma 7 to 9. We are getting same output as we have got in bytes, then cut hyphen c, then start with 1, go up to the end, we are getting full line, then cut hyphen c, hyphen first, then 3 names.txt, and now we are getting 3 bytes. So you might also get confused with this, that why we are getting same output with characters and bytes. So now think and tell me one thing. Can you find out some differences between -b and -c option? Can you provide some examples where these options will give different output for same values of option? It's very interesting to see that whether you are able to find out the differences or not, and then tell me in the comments. After that I will clarify it in the next tutorial. So I hope you understand my question. And the next question you should observe here is, when is the right time to use -b option and -c option? So I will be waiting for your answers in the comment, and in the next video I will clear this. Okay. So now come to one more thing that we said in the beginning of this tutorial, that it can also operate on the pipe data. So what does that mean? So let's discuss that first. So you must have seen a symbol like this, right? It is called pipe, and it is used to run two commands consecutively. That makes it a very powerful command. In our case, you can use it in the following way. So you must have seen a command echo, and then whatever you write inside this, it is printed on the standard output. After that, if you write this symbol, that means this input is going to another command, and after that you can use cut -b 1 2 3 and then file name. So let's go to the terminal and learn about these things. So first write echo, then hello, and see hello is printed. You can also write echo, then Deepak Unyal, and now you can see Deepak Unyal is printed. Clear? Now we have to apply cut command to this. Cut -b, then I want to pick first, second and third byte out of it. So I will leave it like this, and here you go. Here is the output TEE. Similarly, you can use -c option, and here is the output. Other than this, you can use ranges. Similarly, you can use multiple ranges here. Clear? So this way you can use pipe data. One more thing I will tell you about pipes. Suppose you want to check this file cat etc password, and there is a lot of data in this, right? So sometimes it is not easy to see this data. So what you can do, you can use cat etc password and then pipe this data to the less command. Less command actually shows less, and then you can keep scrolling and see the more data. So here you can see it is showing us the data from the top, and then you can keep scrolling like this or using enter button, and whenever you want to come out of this you have to just press Q, and now you are out of that screen, and now you are on the cell again. One thing that I have told you here, I want to rectify this. Here will not be any file name because we are getting data from this thing, right? So we don't need to write file name here. Now coming to the third part, where we are extracting data on the basis of fields and delimiters. So why we need to use this fields or delimiter part? Because when we are using -c, this is used for fixed length data, or we can say that fixed length lines in the file. But that is not the case always, and that's why we need to use -f option and cut by fields. So cut command use tab as default delimiter, but you can always work with some other delimiter, and you have to specify that by using option -d. Clear? So syntax of this command is, you have to use cut, then -d, and provide some delimiter. After that you can use single or double quotes here, then -f. After that you have to provide field numbers and then file name. So if fields are separated by spaces, like I have shown you in previous file where I was writing names, so those fields were separated by spaces, and if you are not providing this -d, in that case whole line will be printed. Clear? So just try running this line, cut hyphen f, then 1 and names.txt. So can you guess the answer of this command? Let's execute this on the terminal and see the output. Cut hyphen f, then 1, that means we want first field, and then file name, which is names.txt, and this is whole line as output, because these are space separated and we have not provided any option hyphen d. Clear? So if you want to consider that space as delimiter, what you have to do, you have to provide hyphen d as an option, and after that provide space as a delimiter. Now what should be the answer? It will be first name from these lines. Clear? So run this command, and here is the first name as output. You can also provide multiple fields here, so I am providing first field and second field, and in that case we are getting whole line, because we don't have any name here which have more than 2 fields. So I will update this file. We don't have any lines here in this file having more than 2 fields, so I will update this file now and put some more fields here. So I have provided 3 fields here. Now try to execute that command again, and here I am getting first, second and third field, and in these you are getting 3 fields. Clear? You can also get first and third field out of these lines, and here you go. So I hope you understand this thing now. You can also provide some ranges like you provided in hyphen b and hyphen c option, and here are the full lines because we have 3 fields only. So let's try one more thing. Now I want to do one thing. I want to get first field of all these lines and sort them out. So what I have to do for that? Cut hyphen d, then provide space because that is delimiter for us, then hyphen f, and after that I want first field only from the names, and we have to provide that data to a command sort. Okay, you can use hyphen r to reverse sort this data, and here you can see Bipin is first, after that we have Vikas and Sandeep and so on. Clear? If you want to sort this data, you need to remove this hyphen r option, and here you can see Akshay is at the first place. Clear? You can also store this data to some new file, and for that you have to use this operator, redirection operator, and you can name this file sort.txt, and now check the files in this folder, and we have sort.txt here. See the content of sort.txt, and here is the new file. Clear? Now there are some homework questions for you. Try to solve them and write your answer in the comment. So the first question is, extract the user login names and cells from the password file. Second question, create a CSV file in the following format. So that should have first name, last name, age and city of the users, and all those should be separated by this comma. Clear? So here you need to extract the first name and age of all the users, and by default it will have delimiter first name and then separated by age. But try thinking another output option where you are going to change this delimiter. Clear? So tell me in the comments how can you do that. Okay, so we have a lot of questions now. So before this I have given you 2 more questions, and that was difference between hyphen b and hyphen c. So as we have got same output for all the inputs, now you have to find out the differences between these two, and when it's good to use hyphen b and when we should use hyphen c. So I think this is enough for this lecture. If you have any doubt or query regarding any of these things, you can write in the comments and try answering and write your answer in the comments. Okay, so see you in the next video with some new concept. Till then, thank you so much.